I'm Jaya Matai. Actually, we all are looking forward to be happy, physically, mentally stable, and stay healthy and happy. So there are different ways for to keep us happy and healthy. So one of I learned about all these things from my patients, and I have a lot of kids who is doing a lot of extracurricular activities, and and nowadays I'm hearing a lot of good things about martial arts. So I thought, let me learn about this. So today I have Mr. and Mrs. Juby Alexander. So let us listen from them about their journey of success, how they become a martial arts teachers. So hi Juby, thank you for giving me this opportunity, and hi
Jaya.
Shiny. Yeah. When we were talking about different kind of activities, so I got so interested about to learn or know more about self defense.
Okay.
So can you explain?
Yeah. So self-defense is a broad term. When somebody's trying to attack you, there's several things. I teach women's self-defense classes. I've taught them at Sayon Marthoma Church and some other churches locally for teen girls going away to college or for women going to work. And so when I'm teaching self-defense, the number one thing I teach them is to be aware, self-aware of where they are, what they're doing, right? And to know every situation that they're in, understanding where they're going, when they're getting in the car, what they're looking at. If somebody grabs you and holds you, you have to know a little bit of anatomy, right? When you're fighting somebody, if Shiny hits me in the arm, as a male, that's not going to hurt very much, right? But if she knows my anatomy and knows what can cause pain to somebody, you can escape from a technique really, with using a specific technique, you can escape fast. So what I teach is the most common pain points are what is called the center line, right down the center of the face and all the way down the middle of the body. So nose, and everybody's accidentally hit their nose and their eyes water. Mouth, chin, throat. Hitting somebody to the throat, just a little strike to the throat will cause somebody to start coughing. The worst place to get hit, I think, the worst place is the solar plexus, where your diaphragm is. If you hit somebody hard enough in the diaphragm, or even at the right angle, you can stop their breathing for just a minute, and people will fall down and cannot take a breath. They don't know how to catch their breath. So that's a very effective way to stop somebody. And then, of course, the growing. The growing is also a great area to attack on a male, even a female, if it needs to happen. So one is understanding kind of anatomy and knowing where nerves are, if their arm is up, where you should strike. I tell women if somebody grabs your throat, the number one thing is you have 3 to 5 seconds to decide immediately what to do. Shiny showed you a self-defense technique where somebody grabs from behind and chokes out the throat. You have 3 seconds before your brain starts to shut down. You start losing oxygen. You know that the minute you start losing oxygen, the whole world starts to black out on you. Once you're blacked out, it's over.
Oh, you don't wait for that moment.
You don't wait for that moment. The second somebody puts you in an unfriendly situation, you create separation in the throat. That's the first thing she said. Grab the arms, pull down so she can open her breathing way, right? Once she does that, then she thinks about the technique, right? How to get them off the back. She used basic leverage. Even me, she could lift up if she wanted to, using basic leverage, right? She bends her knees, puts her hip into my hip, and then stands up straight, and then it'll lift me off the ground. And then just a rotation of the shoulder. So self-defense, there's 2 types of self-defense I always teach. One is to strike or counter-strike and get away, right? The second is if they have a weapon, if they have a knife or a gun or whatever, one, gain control of that weapon, and then you don't let them go, because if somebody has a weapon in their hand trying to do something, that is a provoked attack, and you don't let them go. You continually strike, strike, and strike until they can't be any danger to you anymore.
Okay,
right?
okay.
That's the philosophy behind that type of self-defense. If it's, I always tell kids, if somebody's picking on you at school, you don't want to take it to the extreme. You want to stop the situation and then have a little separation between you two.
Okay.
Okay. If you're somebody on the street and they're trying to rob you of your money, your life is not most important. Your life is the most
Most
important,
important, not the
not
money.
your money. You take your wallet, you throw it that way, you run this way.
Okay.
It's that's my self-defense for that. Now, if he has a knife, that's a different story, right? I have to throw it. If he still comes at me, then I have to take the knife out of his hand somehow, right? Or if it's a gun, then the whole situation changes. So self-defense is one of those things that it takes several years of learning self-defense to be good at it. You can put people in a lot of pain with very little strength. She can put me in so much pain by doing specific things to my hands, my fingers, my throat, the underarms hitting the right space and the right time. If my hands are up and I'm choking her, she knows to strike with the thumb right underneath the underarm and the nerve bundle that's under your underarm. So she knows where to strike. That's the most important thing, is knowledge. Once you learn that, then you put it into practice and repeat that practice over and over again until you get good at it.
Okay. And you teach them a little bit anatomy also?
Yes, when I teach self-defense, so we start teaching self-defense at what, green belt, Shani? Green belt, we start teaching self-defense. So we start teaching, once they've gone past the beginner stage, we start teaching the lower level of escape. If somebody grabs your wrist, if somebody grabs your jacket, if somebody grabs, hugs you too hard or grabs you from behind, not choking you, but basic small things, right? We teach anatomy of how to get out of that. Even you have men that grab, when they shake your hand, they squeeze your hand really hard. How to counteract that. We teach kids how to, if somebody squeezes you really hard, what to do. For my little warriors, 4 to 7 year olds, I teach them stranger danger.
Okay.
So what to yell. This is a thing I teach, even Nimisha, Reka, Priya, we teach. Even you, when you're going to the store, if somebody's attacking you, the number one thing, what do you think the number one thing you yell is?
Help.
That's the worst thing to yell.
Okay.
You know why? If me and Shani are in the grocery store, or me and Nimisha, we're playing, right? And I start playing with her, what is she going to yell? If I'm playing with her rough, she's going to yell help.
Help, yeah.
Everybody hears help all the time.
Okay.
They won't listen to help. Parents will never listen to help because they're used to hearing brothers and sisters fighting. Mommy, help me. Daddy, help me. So that help doesn't really cause someone to grab attention normally.
Okay.
But if you yell, for a small kid, we tell them, if somebody comes and grabs you like this and tries to take you, don't yell help. Yell, not my mom, dad. As a father, I hear somebody yell, not my mom, not my dad. That's unusual.
Okay.
You're going to listen and you're going to go, what is that? Or they yell, police, police, fire, fire. That makes,
these are not common words.
that's not common words that kids play with, right? Those are common. Help is a very common word everybody uses when they're goofing around and playing, right? I'm sure your kids, when they're fighting with each other a little bit, they'll say, Mommy, help me, right? That's not normal. But if they say, not my mom, not my dad, or fire, police, that'll make you listen a little bit. As a mom, especially when you're in the grocery store, you hear something like that.
Even not our kids, we will pay attention.
Pay attention. Exactly. So that's the number one. When I teach my little warriors that, I teach them, yell, not my mom, not my dad. The next thing I teach them, you should know your mom and dad's real name. Most of the kids, when they walk in my school, I'll ask, what is your mom's name? They'll say mom.
Okay.
They won't know their parents' first and last name. And so I teach them that. That's the second thing I teach them. The third thing is their phone number. So by the time, after 6 months to 8 months, they know, not my mom, not my dad, their parents' phone number, who to go, if they get lost in the grocery store, who do they go ask? Don't go ask somebody who dressed in plain clothes. Look for somebody in a uniform with a name tag. Go look for those things, because those are the people that work there. They're there to help you. A police officer, a security guard, go ask them. Because kids, when they get lost, they don't know who to ask. They see a bunch of adults, they don't know, right? So that's what we teach. We also teach, if they grab you, what do you do? Most people think you just pull away and try to get away. That's not really what you do. I teach them to grab both legs. Hold on. If a kid grabs my leg and wraps their feet and hands around my leg, I cannot move. I cannot do anything. I can't run away because their weight, 60 pounds, is on my leg, one leg, and they're holding me down to the ground. As a kidnapper, I'm trying to get away. I don't want nobody to catch me, right?
Okay.
And she's screaming on my leg, holding my leg. Not my mom, not my dad. Everybody's looking, and why is this girl
Okay.
holding my leg, right? So those are techniques that normal people don't think about. Everyday people don't think about those things unless you go and learn them from somewhere. A lot of schools have this kind of training for kids, stranger danger. Even we also have the fire and police department come here at least once or twice a year to talk about fire safety at home. You know, we all leave our kids at home alone. If there's a fire at home, what should they do? How do they get out of the house? Even I teach my kids when we go to church. If something happens at church, if something happens in church, how will you find your kids? Everybody's kids are all over the place. I tell mine, you go, this is the spot. If ever we get separated in our church, this is where you go. Outside the building, in front of the donut shop, you wait there for me. I'll come there. You don't come to me, I'll come there. So I teach my kids to have that awareness of what's going on and what to always look for. Be ready for any situation, especially nowadays with a girl, right? Especially girls going to college. I think it's very important they take a self-defense class, even a basic class. A couple of months ago, last year, we did a self-defense class at Sehion Marthoma Church for the women's group. And a lot of them go to college, and simple things I taught them. I had a few parents call me afterwards and said, what you taught my kids made a big difference, because they came home and showed me what they would do if somebody tried to hurt them. And they're like, it hurt me. The parents, like the dad said, it hurt really bad. So I know now they have a little idea of what to do, right? So just a little bit of knowledge of anatomy, knowing psychologically how to handle a situation if it happens, always being on the lookout for what's around. When you walk into a place, how many doors do you see? What's the quickest way to get out? Those things, just small things.
Okay. Yeah.
Always.
Be aware of.
Self-defense for a 60, 70 years of
Yeah.
old age women.
Yep. We had the women's group from an American church come over here from the Methodist Church, and they were all they're all seniors, 55 and above. I think the oldest person was 75, 76, something like that. There were 25 women here, and they all learned how to hit, strike. I never teach women to punch with their hands like this, with a fist. I teach women to hit with their palm to the face, because if you don't know how to make a fist, you're going to hurt your hand. So those are, like I said, there's all kinds of free classes around to learn just small little basic self-defense things.
Okay. So, like after all this, how you feel? How you feel about you to teach Shiny all this? She's doing practice.
I do the dishes a lot.
I got it.
I'm very scared when she says do the dishes. I do the dishes.
I just go and do the dishes.
Yeah.
Okay. You are around with all these black belt people, so you are the only guy.
Yeah, exactly.
And they learned the self-defense.
Yep.
They took the class too.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, this is very good. And do you have anything to say, Shiny?
It's all every day of our life. This is improving, and we have a connect with children, middle age and old age, parents. It is a relationship, building the generation.
So you're nursing that caring is putting into practice in different ways.
Yes.
And Mr. Juby, is this your computer background is helping you with?
A little bit. I mean, I use it for keeping the books, the accounting, and sending out messages and things like that. My school is probably the most technology advanced school there is around the area, just because I'm in the IT field. If you notice, we have iPads and things around the school. The students check in. They have to have certain attendance, so they check in. Where other schools, they have a little chart and they do the star chart. We just have electronics to do those kind of things.
Okay, yeah. And yes, this school is not like a simple school, like a, well qualified. We got a nurse. If there is any injury or anything, physical, mental, she's there to help. Plus, IT profession, multitask people. So that is another thing I have to tell the kids. Nowadays, you cannot stick on one profession. This is the coming generation, and this time or the coming future is the time of multitask people.
Correct.
So don't stick on like in my time, okay, nurse, doctor. No, now nurse, doctor, everybody has the computer talent, and everybody has to learn how to protect yourself. That is the most important thing. See, Shiny is going to do a self-defense performance.
Yes. So someone is, while I'm walking and someone is coming to choke me, I'm going to protect myself, bringing my attacker's hand down and scoot a little bit down and fling my attacker on my back and put her down. So another thing I can do, put my knee over here and I still have her hand over here and she's going to be get hurt and
Tap.
it's going to tap.
Okay.
Yes. So
Yeah, it's very good.
So if somebody grabs your hand or grabs your clothes or hand, whatever, first thing you do. So there's two types of self-defense. One is to get away. One is to gain control of the person. This, I'm gaining control of her. She grabs me, I grab her, so she can't get away. I grab anything. If I can grab a uniform, a gi, a shirt, whatever, I'm grabbing. I step behind. I lift my leg, sweep,
Oh my God.
and then punch to the face.
Okay.
Okay, I still have control of her hand. So if she still is fighting me, I can do a wrist lock and torque her wrist where it hurts, and she's going to tap when it hurts really bad. Okay.
I chose integrity for my son because when I came here, the instructors were really nice, genuinely interested in my son's well-being and him learning karate, learning to be confident with himself. He was going through some bullying at school at the time when he was in kindergarten, and they really helped him find a voice for himself against that bully. And here we are 5 years later, still enjoying karate. He's gained so much confidence, perseverance with everything, learning that he can do it when he didn't think he could learn how to do some of his jumps. And our goal is to be here forever. As long as integrity is here, we're here.
നമസ്കാരം, എൻ്റെ പേര് ജർമയ സുനിൽ. ഇത് എൻ്റെ 6ാമത്തെ വർഷമാണ് ഇൻറ്റഗ്രിറ്റി മാർഷൽ ആർട്സിൽ. ഞാനൊരു ഫസ്റ്റ് ഡിഗ്രി ബ്ലാക്ക് ബെൽറ്റാണ്. ഈ ജേർണിയിൽ എനിക്ക് കുറേ കാര്യങ്ങൾ പഠിക്കാൻ കിട്ടി. പക്ഷേ എനിക്ക് ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയിട്ട് തോന്നിയിട്ടുള്ളത് ഡിസിപ്ലിൻ, റെസ്പോൺസിബിലിറ്റി ആൻഡ് മെന്റൽ സ്ട്രെങ്ത് ആണ്. കമ്മിങ് ടു ഡിസിപ്ലിൻ, എനിക്ക് തോന്നിയിട്ടുണ്ട് കരാട്ടെ ഈസ് വെരി ബിഗ് അബൌട്ട് ഡിസിപ്ലിൻ. ഓരോ ബെൽറ്റും നേടുമ്പോഴും കുറേ എക്സ്പെക്ടേഷൻസ് ഉണ്ട്. And as you go higher up the belts, the challenges get harder. ഈ challenges meet ചെയ്യുവാൻ കുറേ കാര്യങ്ങൾ നമ്മൾ സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് നമ്മുടെ ഓൺ ടൈമിൽ ചെയ്യണം. ആ കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യാതെ ഒരു മുന്നോട്ടുള്ള ആ ബെൽറ്റിൽ നിന്നുള്ള ആ ചാലഞ്ചസ് മീറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ട് എൻ്റെ ഓൺ ലൈഫിൽ ഇതിനു വേണ്ടി ഓരോ ദിവസവും പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ആ ഡിസിപ്ലിൻ തന്നത് കരാട്ടെ തന്നെയാണ്. ത്രൂ ദാറ്റ് എനിക്ക് എൻ്റെ ഓൺ സ്കൂൾ ലൈഫിലും അക്കാഡമിക് ലൈഫിലും സ്പിരിച്വൽ ലൈഫിലും ഡിസിപ്ലിൻ മെയിൻറ്റെയിൻ ചെയ്യുവാനും കൺസിസ്റ്റൻസി മെയിൻറ്റെയിൻ ചെയ്യാനും പറ്റിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. കൂടാതെ ഞാനൊരു ബ്ലാക്ക് ബെൽറ്റ് ജൂനിയർ ഇൻസ്ട്രക്ടറാണ്. ത്രൂ ദാറ്റ് എനിക്ക് റെസ്പോൺസിബിലിറ്റി വെരി മച്ച് ഈസിലി പഠിക്കാൻ പറ്റി. കുറേ സ്റ്റുഡൻസിൻ്റെ കൂടെ വർക്ക് ചെയ്തിട്ട് എനിക്ക് മനസ്സിലായി വാട്ട് ഈസ് റെസ്പോൺസിബിലിറ്റി, വേറെ ആൾക്കാരുടെ എക്സ്പെക്ടേഷൻസ് എന്താണ്, വാട്ട് പാരൻസ് എക്സ്പെക്ട് ഓഫ് മീ, what my instructor expects of me, what my peers expect of me. ഇതെല്ലാം മനസ്സിലാക്കിയെടുത്തോളം എനിക്ക് തോന്നിയിട്ടുണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ ഓൺ ജീവിതത്തിൽ റെസ്പോൺസിബിലിറ്റി എത്ര ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആണെന്ന്. ത്രൂ ദിസ് റെസ്പോൺസിബിലിറ്റി എനിക്ക് എൻ്റെ ഡേ ടു ഡേ ലൈഫിൽ കുറേ കാര്യങ്ങൾ നേടാൻ പറ്റും. സിമ്പിൾ ടാസ്ക്സ്, മേജർ ടാസ്ക്സ്, തിങ്സ് അറൗണ്ട് സ്കൂൾ, തിങ്സ് അറൗണ്ട് ദ ഹൗസ്, മെനി തിങ്സ് that we neglect in life. Responsibility is a key. അതെന്നെ പഠിപ്പിച്ചത് കരാട്ടയാണ്. ആൻഡ് ലാസ്റ്റ്ലി മെന്റൽ സ്ട്രെങ്ത്. മെന്റൽ സ്ട്രെങ്ത് എനിക്ക് വേണ്ടി ഭയങ്കര ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആണ്. ബിക്കോസ് വിത്തൗട്ട് മെന്റൽ സ്ട്രെങ്ത് യു ആർ നോട്ട് ഏബിൾ ടു അച്ചീവ് എനിത്തിങ്. മെന്റൽ സ്ട്രെങ്ത് ഈസ് വെരി ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ഇൻ കരാട്ടെ ബിക്കോസ് ഇൻ ഓർഡർ ടു മൂവ് ഓൺ ടു ദി നെക്സ്റ്റ് ബെൽറ്റ് ഓർ അടുത്ത ജേർണിക്ക് വേണ്ടിയുള്ള ആ കാല് മുന്നോട്ടിട്ട് സ്റ്റെപ്പ് എടുക്കുവാനും കരാട്ടെ നമ്മളെ പഠിപ്പിക്കും. അതിന് മെന്റൽ സ്ട്രെങ്ത് വേണം. ആരോടും കണ്ണു നോക്കി സംസാരിക്കുവാനും എന്ത് നേടാനുള്ള ആ ഒരു മോട്ടിവേഷനും കരാട്ടെ തരുന്നുണ്ട്. ഏത് ബെൽറ്റിനു വേണ്ടിയും വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുവാനുള്ള ആ മെന്റൽ സ്ട്രെങ്ത് കരാട്ടെ നമ്മളിൽ ബിൽഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നു. ഈ മെന്റൽ സ്ട്രെങ്ത് നമുക്ക് ഉപയോഗിച്ച് നമ്മുടെ ഓൺ ജീവിതത്തിൽ എന്തും നേടാൻ പറ്റും. ഏത് ജോബും കിട്ടണമെങ്കിലും, ഏത് ലെവൽസിലും പഠിക്കുവാനും, ഏത് ജോലിയിലും ലെവൽസ് എക്സീഡ് ചെയ്യുവാനും ഒരു ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റിയാണ് കരാട്ടെ നമുക്ക് വേണ്ടി തരുന്നത്. അതിന് ഐ എം ഫോർ എവർ ഗ്രേറ്റ്ഫുൾ ടു ഗാഡ്. ഇത്രയും പറയാനുള്ള ഒരു സമയം തന്നതിന് നന്ദി, നമസ്കാരം.
The reason I picked integrity for my son was because I fostered for so many years, and we brought our very first foster son to integrity, and it showed him confidence. It helped him get over any fears that he might have had. It helped him with discipline. Anytime we had an issue with discipline, they were more than willing to help back us up on that. And so when we had another foster son, we brought him to a different martial arts studio because the time didn't work for here. And with them, there was not so much of a family-oriented working together, you know, with you and your child as integrity. So when I had the opportunity to bring my son here, and that's a lot to bring him to a group of people that I know we're going to be like a family, work together with me, work with him, help him with discipline. He wants to practice every day. He wants to show them how much he's improved, and his confidence has skyrocketed because of the fact that he knows he can do anything because they encourage him that much and teach him different ways of dealing with emotions also. So just working here has been really great for Kason.
This is the last thing I'm going to tell you. Do not come to advanced class unless you're ready to work. Yes? Sir. Do not come just to hang out, because it's not going to be a hangout class. You earned your right to be in this class. Work hard when you come to this class.
Sir.
That includes today and on Wednesdays. Okay? All y'all know there's a Wednesday advanced class? Yes. Okay, 7:30 to 8:15. We do different stuff in that class than this class. Okay? Make sure the people that are planning on tours or
My name is Amanda, and I have 4 kids actually here at Integrity. We've been here about 3 years, and since starting, like, I've just seen so many changes in my kids for the positive. Integrity is basically a second home for us. My kids are here almost every evening. I've just seen them blossom in their confidence and respect for others, their integrity, obviously. The instructors have just become mentors for my kids, and I couldn't ask for better examples in all the black belts here, especially my 11-year-old. He's aspiring to become a black belt, and I'm so excited to see where that leads him in life. It's just been a really amazing experience, and we couldn't have asked for a better family here at Integrity.
Hello, my name is Nia Thomas. I'm a secondary black belt at Integrity Martial Arts, and I've been training with Integrity for the past 9 years. I think I can confidently say that karate has shaped me into the person I am today. It has taught me skills not only of self-defense, but of perseverance, discipline, and leadership. There have been so many occasions where I just wanted to drop everything and quit, but by keeping the goal in mind, I was taught to do everything and anything that I can to persevere through the struggles and continue forward. Not only this, but karate has helped me develop my leadership skills and helped me gain confidence in myself. Through teaching smaller groups of children at first, I learned to become confident in my speaking abilities, and eventually now I can teach full classes of students. It has taught me to grow as a leader and use my voice to speak out. Overall, karate has impacted my life and shaped me into who I am today, and I'm forever grateful to Integrity Martial Arts.
Go!
Hi, my name is Christy and my son is Cameron, and he has been with the Integrity family since the age of 9. He's now 13, going on 14. He's close to getting his black belt. What I really love about the Integrity family is that Cameron has learned self-discipline. He has learned confidence. He has learned camaraderie and what it feels like to have a family type of environment. We really look up to Mr. Judy and Miss Shiny for examples as how they are raising their children, and it is incredible. We have gained a family, and we are so grateful to the Integrity family for what they have done for myself and my son, and we hope to be with them for many more years to come.
My name is Jessica. I have 2 kids at Integrity Martial Arts that have been training here for 4 years now. One of the biggest things Integrity has done for my kids is take away their shyness and build their confidence so they can participate and be included in more things, which is the main reason I enrolled them into karate, because when I was younger, I was so shy, I wasn't able to do much, and I didn't want that for my kids. I want them to be able to do more than just be shy.